All right, let's get this thing rolling then. Welcome, everybody. It's episode 1 of the Underwhelming Podcast. I am your host, Tanner. This is the first podcast that we have going on. It'd be the one that would just be solo with me, just trying to break the ice. If it was like a date, I wouldn't want to bring all my friends and everything on the first date, So I just wanted to break the ice with you and let it just be me for the moment being and see what we can get this thing going. So, this episode is sponsored by Sponsors. And they sponsor all your sponsorship needs. They sponsor every single podcast on YouTube and, everywhere else that you find podcasts. And, so go ahead and go to sponsors.sponsors.sponsors/sponsors. And you guys will find my sponsorship link to get yourself sponsored with different sponsors. So, go ahead and check them out. And we'll get right into it. So, first thing I want to talk about is for sure Star Wars. Right? Star Wars is ridiculous right now. Super, super popular. Just went and seen it myself on Monday. It was released on Friday, I believe. So, I had to wait a few days. Didn't really have any spoilers happen to me. I had one spoiler happen to me. It was like a T Martin video with like his puppy dogs or something. And he posted it. I thought it was kind of weird that he posted like his little puppy dog stuff on this channel. There's no problem with posting it, but it's just weird he posted on like the main channel instead of his side channel. So I checked it out, and the very first comment had a spoiler. So this, I'm not going to talk about any spoilers today. I'm going to give it, at least till next week, give you guys time so you know what's coming, and we won't go ahead and ruin anything for anybody today. But yeah, Star Wars, excellent movie. I'd say 10 out of 10. If I had to go watch that movie again, I would for sure go watch it again in a heartbeat. No problem. Really, really enjoyed it. Liked it a lot. I think that the best part about it was definitely the fact that he went back to, the no CGI kind of style. The prequels were so CGI'd out that it really broke the immersion and made you feel like when you were looking at aliens that you weren't really looking at certain aliens. You just felt like they weren't really in the room. You could tell they weren't in the room. And that dude who played Anakin, Christian, whatever his name is, the worst actor ever. The guy is so bad. He literally just trashed a part of Anakin Skywalker. So unfortunately that didn't work out, but it would have been cool if they would have, cast that part a little bit better and maybe took away some CGI. I think the stories were okay, but it just came down to the fact that the movies were so immersion breaking that they weren't enjoyable. But this new one, J.J. Abrams just absolutely slayed it. I mean, he killed it. He went back to the style of, very low CGI, not much going on besides the stuff that you actually want to see, and he just absolutely slaughtered the movie. Loved it. I really want to go see it again. When it comes out, I'm going to purchase it for sure. I believe Kylo Ren is, another really good example of the dark side. I really enjoy his presence. It reminds me of maybe like, really, who it reminds everybody of was, Revan. Look-wise, it had a very resembling look to Revan. Even though the story, from what I've heard, is kind of played exactly like one of the older Star Wars, so I won't ruin it for you. But I guess if you kind of piece it together, it works like one of the older Star Wars. And that could be any of the original 6, It matches one of those 6 movies very closely with just different names and stuff. So that was kind of interesting when I read that after I seen the movie. I was like, they're actually pretty right. It's very close. But even if it is, the movie on itself is like so good. It's so good, and maybe that's what it is. The older movies are so old and they don't look as good, and the actors are, the acting is older styled and stuff like that, and the camera quality and all that good junk. Maybe this was a way for them to revitalize the story and bring it back for the newer generation, so they don't have to watch them. I mean, even the prequels look so bad that like even if you're okay with CGI, the CGI just compared to then to what we have now is so different that even those movies were very unattractive. So when it comes to them revitalizing that storyline type narrative, I think that's pretty cool because that lets new people get into the Star Wars franchise. And I've always been a huge Star Wars fan, really since what got me into Star Wars was playing the Knights of the Old Republic games, and that's why I have like my favorite, Dark Lord is Revan. That's my favorite Sith Lord. Even though I like to call them all Sith, I understand that like Kylo's not a Sith. I still kind of look at him like he's like a Sith Master, Sith Dark Lord, even though I know he's not. And I was surprised about his character casting. But I think it works well. If you ever watch an interview with the person who does play Kylo, I think that he plays very well. I think that even the actor himself has a Dark Lord-esque to him. So I think that he did. I think they cast that part really well. They casted the part of Finn really well. They casted the part of Ray. I think it's Ray maybe. I think it's Ray. They casted the part of her really, really well. Both of those guys, I don't think have really been in any too many movies before this. So for this being their first movie, I think it was excellent. I think they did a great job. Speaking of Star movies and movies in the Star, I got a chance to watch Interstellar this week. Thought that was a great movie. Holy moly. It's out on Amazon Prime. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you get to watch it for free. Oh, so good. So good. So good. That movie is excellent. Highly recommend it. Never got to see it in theaters, unfortunately. I wanted to see it in IMAX because I thought that would be like the ultimate experience. And I've heard from PKA that Kyle says that's the best way to watch it. Unfortunately, I couldn't. I just watched it on a regular, like 42-inch TV. Still excellent movie. Really recommend you guys go check it out. Really recommend you give it a chance because I really think you're going to enjoy it. The movie itself is just the twist and the turns and the different things that happen. They're so good. It's pretty old now, so, I still won't talk like too many spoilers about it, but it's just really good. The only thing I could say is that there's a twist in it, and the twist is so awesome. Kind of seeing it coming from like a common sense standpoint, but it's still, even with knowing it's coming when it happened, you're like, oh, I knew it, and it made the movie even cooler. So I really think you guys should check that one out if you haven't already. Some two good space movies, right? So, space movies are cool. J.J. Abrams, I also think he directed the original Star Trek movies. Not the original Star Trek, but you know what I mean? Like the new original line of movies that are separate from the old ones. So I guess that's not a good terminology. I shouldn't say the original. The new generation Star Trek. I think that's even what it's called, right? Star Trek, The New Generation or something goofy like that. But I heard he did a really good job on those too. So I'm going to check those out. I've been into some space movies lately. Space movies are cool. It's a new thing right now. Actually, you know what I think the new thing is Westerns. If you guys have noticed, we got lots of Westerns coming out. We got the Hateful Eight, and then we got like the parody, the Ridiculous Six, and then we have the Revenant and Diablo, and there's a few of them coming out. There's a whole bunch of them. I'm hoping that this leads up to the hype of Westerns coming out, and then we have a little bit of Red Dead Redemption coming out, Red Dead Redemption 2, or maybe even with Red Dead Redemption 2 attached to it, just like GTA, Red Dead Redemption Online. You imagine us running around the Wild West, all of us having our own horses. You can upgrade horses, upgrade outfits, upgrade guns, purchase new weapons, unlock new weapons. You get quests just the same way. You could even do heists still. We rob like, the biggest bank in the West or something goofy like that. Or even we just rob like the headquarters of some bad guys. We go in there and we rob all their guns and their money and their gold bars and all the goofy stuff you would have back in the Wild West. We can unlock carriages that we can have, Gatling guns mounted onto. You could just do so many cool things that would allow you to have the same GTA Online experience, but in the Wild West. I think that it would be excellent game. But yeah, so we have The Revenant coming out on Christmas. That movie looks excellent. Really can't wait to see that movie. Hope that it's actually really good, because it has a lot of hype behind it. Leonardo DiCaprio, he has never won himself an Oscar, but I think he's going to get one this time because this movie looks absolutely excellent. I really can't wait to see it. Probably not going to see it on Christmas. Of course, that's just ridiculous. Can't believe people even go to the movies on Christmas and make those poor people work on Christmas Day. You know that if they keep releasing like movies on Christmas, that there's enough business that it warrants the opening. And that just means that these people have to wake up 8 a.m. and go to the movie theater and get it prepared and be there all day. I think that I understand there's going to be certain businesses that are open 24/7, including on the holidays. You got retirement homes and, whatever. I understand that those things are kind of things that need to be open all the time. But man, it is absolutely terrible that some of these businesses are open that do not need to be open, like, crafting stores and they have specials and Targets, and I don't know if Targets are open, but just generic stores like that, like a Target or a Walmart or any big retail store. There's no true reason those stores have to be open. In fact, I think maybe even Target itself is closed on Christmas. I'm not sure though, because a lot of things is like the return. People instantly get their stuff and they want to return it that day. And so it's just stay away from the store, people. Everybody go do your shopping on the 24th. Make it easy on everybody. Let everybody go home. We start this tradition of not purchasing things on the 25th unless it's from gas stations or, your grandmother needs to be stay alive. Somebody needs to keep her alive on Christmas. Those businesses need to stay open, and that's okay. But those people should get paid extra on those holidays because working on holidays suck. And I think it's a little bit ridiculous if people have to work that much when, there's really just no reason for it. There's no reason for it at all, people. Come on now. Do your shopping on the 24th. So lately I've been playing some Elder Scrolls Online. Picked that up when it was on sale on PC. It was $32 for the best edition. And I never wanted to give that game a chance back when they said it was $60 with the $15 a month price or whatever. I played the beta, thought it was pretty good, enjoyed it. But when I heard about that $15 a month price, that really made me bail real quickly. But I picked it up for $32 to get the Imperial Edition, and man, that game is so good. It's so good when you get it for $32 and you don't have to pay a monthly payment. When you think about that sense, now you're like, wow, all this content for $32 and no monthly payment. This is excellent, excellent. The armor customization, I think, is so cool with the dyes. You can customize your guy any which way you want. And I think it's really, really good. And today I ate a Wendy's Baconator, and holy moly, Wendy's will dry your mouth out. I got to take another sip of water. Sorry, people. Sorry. I just keep, I either have like a too wet mouth for the podcast or I got too dry mouth for the podcast. I can't get it right in the middle. I don't know how to do that. How do people get it right in the center and just hold it there forever? All right. Just a little bit of water, though, right? I think that might be the trick. You just want to get a little bit of water. So, Elder Scrolls Online, though, excellent, excellent game. Been playing with my buddy Zakun, and been having a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. But what I've been playing a lot more than Elder Scrolls Online, though, is GTA Online. Oh my God. I played that game when it first came out on 360. I played the single player for 2 weeks until the online came out. Then I crushed the online, got my 360 character up to, I believe it was like a 94. Well, probably actually like a 92. And then I transferred to the Xbox One, got him up to a 94. And now I'm on the PlayStation 4, so unfortunately I couldn't double transfer. I think that's pretty goofy, Rockstar. We should be able to transfer everywhere, but, whatever. Especially since I still have like the returning player stuff on my PS4 account. I had to restart a PS4 account from like scratch, level 1, and level all the way up. And it was weird because I still had like the returning player items that I could purchase. But the weird part about that was that even though I was a returning player, they wouldn't let me bring my account over. It was just like linked through Rockstar that I was a returning player. So thought that was kind of goofy, but it's still pretty cool. I really, really like it. I started playing it again. I'm about up to a 61, I want to say, on my PS4. And we've been grinding out missions, unlocking new missions, doing heists. Heists are impossible to find, people. Oh my goodness. It's the hardest thing in the world. Rockstar needs to create like if you guys have ever played like World of Warcraft, what you'll do for like a dungeon is you'll queue up. And then while you're queued up, you can still do regular quests. You can still run around the world. You can like do your fishing or your skinning or your tailoring or your blacksmithing or all that good junk. Or you can just chit chat with people in town, whatever it may be. You can run PvP, I believe. You can run PvP, like little twos matches, queue up for twos matches while you're queued up for a dungeon. So that makes it so much better because now you're queued up for this long match waiting on people, but you're allowed to do things. Well, in GTA, you're queued up in a lobby and you're just sitting there. We sit there for 15, 20 minutes, and I try to like keep people interested by talking and having conversations and asking people, if they've seen this video, let's watch this on YouTube and stuff while we wait. But, people can only wait so long before they just get bored and don't want to even play the game at all anymore. And that's understandable because this thing takes absolutely forever. So we started building up a little crew. As always, down in the description, you guys will see my Rockstar crew. If you guys are on PlayStation 4 and you want to join that crew, you can join that crew if you're on anything. We have like 40 people in our crew, I believe. But you guys can join that if you're on PS4, and you guys can crew up with us, and we'll run some heists together. That way we can just run right through them. If we can get a group of 4, I play with another guy all the time, so we really just need 2 more players who want to do heists like whenever possible. And then we can just run through all the heists in one night. If you wanted, we can even go for start the heist from the beginning and beat all the heists on hard without dying. So we get like that little $10 million bonus at the end, the little challenge to get the $10 million bonus. I'm down for that. I think that would be really, really sweet if we could all get together and just figure that out. So if you guys are GTA PS4 players, let me know, and we'll group up and get some heists going because this wait time sucks. It is so shitty. So shitty. So I've also been hearing about The Division lately. Oh boy. So my story with The Division is I remember watching the trailer for the first time at E3, and I believe it was 2013? I think it was 2013 the first time we heard about The Division. And then they showed it again in 2014. Then they showed it again in 2015. And I'm sure they're going to show it again in 2016 because I'm sure it'll get delayed again or something. I don't know. I know it's coming out March 26th, so obviously we won't see it in 2016. But I'm just joking around the fact that it'll probably get delayed again. And I haven't talked to some people, but I've talked to some people who played the alpha. I've personally talked to some people that played the alpha, not like in real life, but on forums. And I've talked to, and I've listened to, I should say, some people on some podcasts talk about the alpha that they got to play at like certain events or that they got to play at whatever. And they said they can't tell you anything about it. There's like an NDA and everything. But the one thing that I was able to squeeze out of the guy I was talking to on the forum, and the one thing that I heard from the podcast, both of these guys have said, is that it is so bad. It's trash. That's what I've heard. It's absolutely trash, and that makes me so upset because I've been so hyped for this game. I literally been saying like for 2 years or whatever we've been waiting, man. When the Division comes out, I'm not playing any other game. That will be the only game that I'll ever play. It looks so good. I don't see any other reason not to play it. You have like it's like DayZ, but on a console. Obviously, it's going to be on PC, but in my opinion, I think like it's since DayZ and all those other wide open, much bigger multiplayer games are already out there. I feel like those are going to run it, and it's a Tom Clancy game, so it's probably not going to run in the PC world very well. But when it comes to console players, they don't really have anything like this. So I was thinking that this is going to excel really well on console, so I was really really pumped for it. So hyped. I've been hyped for it since I've been on Xbox One, thinking I was going to get it on Xbox One, and now I'm on PS4 thinking I'm going to get it on PS4. And this game, from what I've heard, is just absolute trash, and that just makes me so upset because I've just been waiting entirely too long for this game. Entirely too long. I feel like if it ends up being trash and it ends up being a crap game, then that's just going to make me so salty. It's going to make me so sad because I've been waiting for so long. It's like kind of it's worse than the little depression you get. I read an article the other day on Vice about why you get depressed after watching a new Star Wars, and it had something to do with based on the fact that like the hype was built up for so long, and then when you have the event occur and then the event ends, the hype is now like coming crashing down. The hype is just instantly stopped. It's instantly over. Everything that you've been building up for every single day, talking about can't wait, it's 3 days, can't wait, it's 2 days, can't wait, it's 1 day away. Now it's just nothing. It's over. It's done. It's kind of like when your birthday's coming up or Christmas is coming up when you were a kid. You got so hyped, and then literally, not even like the next day is even worse. But even just Christmas Day itself, when you open up the last present, as soon as you open up the last present, you look at it, you look over the tree, and you realize there's nothing left. It's almost instantly like the hype is over. Now it's just everybody clean up and then carry all your toys up to your room or wherever you're going to take them, come down and eat some breakfast, and then we just go about our day like it's any other day, any of the other 364 days of the year. So it's this little depression that you get because it either doesn't live up to the hype or it lived up to the hype and now it's coming crashing down. It's over. So those things, like, it really is what I feel like is affecting me with the Division, is what's going to affect me. It's either going to be crashing down because it didn't live up to the hype, or it's going to be crashing down because once it comes out, I'm going to be like, okay, now the hype's over and the game's here, and it's just a normal open world RPG shooter, and it's not even that good. I hope it's excellent. I really do hope it's excellent. Now, I know it's not going to play like, in the trailer, and people are like, oh, let's go check down the tunnel. Yeah, roger that. I hear you. Yep, Mayday. Yep, Mayday. We got people on the third floor. Nobody's gonna be talking like that, right? It's gonna be much more vulgar, much more crazy. And how they tricked the guy to the end, and they shot him. He's like, "What's going on? What are you doing? No." And then they shot him, and then the guy went silent. It's probably not gonna work like that. But just the idea of an open world going and fighting for resources, and if we run into people, we take them out. I mean, that's pretty much, I'm gonna be honest, that's how I play Grand Theft Auto. People get upset when they're like, man, you just pull up to somebody and they just instantly kill you. If you pull up on me, I will kill you. Well, at least try to. I mean, you may be a better gunner than me and you may end up shitting on me, but yeah, I'm going to try to shit on you. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to, if I see someone on the mini-map rolling up on me, it's just an all-out battle. There are no friends. There are no friendlies, except for that new bodyguard mode. That was kind of weird getting into it. Somebody asked me to be their bodyguard, and it's supposed to be 15 or 5K every 15 minutes. First of all, that's garbage money. You could do a mission in 5 minutes, peer pressure, and get 20K if you haven't done it for a while. So there's no reason to do, a bodyguard thing. But let's say your buddy has a lot of money and he wants you to be your bodyguard and you're going to run around anyways. It's a good way to get a little side money, just running around free roam having fun. But it's just, man, it's goofy. I got in there and I was trying to protect this guy, and these other guys just had I don't even know what guns they had at this point. They were just one-shotting me, two-shotting me, and I would hit them with my AK, over and over, the special carbine. I have to hit them with almost a whole clip to kill them, and I'd go for their head. With them, they would just doom doom, dead. I had to pretty much catch them off guard, or maybe the shotgun, the automatic shotgun. I could get real close to them with that and hit them a few times and take them out, but the odds were not in my favor being a level 61. I know that's for sure. Maybe it's the health. I know that my health keeps going up. Every time I level up, it's weird. It tells me my health is at 40 now. I just hit the 40 bar, but yet it should be higher because I've hit that since level 55 or something goofy like that. So I'm not really sure how that process works, but it's a really fun game. I love GTA Online. I love all the new weapons. I love all the new cars. I love all the new houses. I'm saving up currently. I'm at 1.4 1.4 million, 1.5 million or something, and I'm saving up for the yacht. I'm gonna go for the yacht because I think that'd be real cool to get a whole crew together and get everybody out there on the yacht and just partying and having a funny time. And if anybody rolls up on us, the yacht shoots them out of the sky and stuff. I just think it'd be a cool time. So I've been saving up for that. My buddy's saving up for the truck with the 50 cal machine gun on top of it, so we can roll around and just take people out with the 50 cal. So I think it's going to be an awesome game when we get to that point. It's already an awesome game. I think it'd be even better though. They just need to fix some heist stuff and get it working so that people don't have to deal with the goofy wait times. I think that's really holding the game back. But the Division 2, I really hope that that's going to work out and be awesome. I hope that it's not going to be a letdown, but from what we heard, it's just kind of a boring walk around, shoot NPC game until you get to the PvP zone, and everybody's just going to probably hang out in the PvP zone, and nobody's going to do any quests because what's the point if there's no like leveling of your skills or anything like that? And it's not going to work out the way they want it to. So I figured why not just make it PvP everywhere, but I guess you can't do that or something. I don't know. It's goofy, but whatever. I hope it works out. I hope it's awesome. Lately, I've been playing a little bit more Fallout 4. I had to take a little break from it just because I've been playing a lot of Black Ops game battles, and I've been playing a lot of GTA Online, and a lot of Elder Scrolls, and a lot of other games, just trying new things out. It's winter time. The winter is when I like to go extra ham with my gaming because of all the snow, so I can, play these single-player games. Like, I still have, man, what do I have to beat still? I got to still play and finish Far Cry 4. I still got to finish Fallout 4. I still got to finish South Park: The Stick of Truth. I'm just looking at my dashboard here and just checking things out. Dragon Age Inquisition. I have all the Far Cries, really. BioShock. I have the new Tomb Raider that I need to play. That's on Xbox One, but that's just in general saying that that's one of the new ones that I need to play. Battlefront. I still have Battlefront that I can level up and get farther in. What else? Counter-Strike, I still play on there every once in a while, jump on there and just, now that I haven't leveled up though, I've literally not played since the new XP system where I can't play ranked. I've played like 1 or 2 games and just the idea of leveling up is just meh. Dying Light, I have to finish Dying Light. I have to finish The Witcher 3. That's one that I don't personally own, but I'm going to rent it again. I got pretty far when I rented it, so I'm going to rent it again and try to finish it up. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, but that's still a massive list. It's still huge list. Guild Wars, I got to check out the new DLC for Guild Wars. I think that would be pretty cool. I've been playing a little Rust lately too. That game's pretty awesome. Still haven't really figured out how to do everything in it, but pretty cool game. Pretty cute game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much all I had to talk about today. Just wanted to really open up the podcast in the easiest way possible, and don't really feel like I want to force topics. I'm trying to think if anything happened. What's current events this week? What are current events this week besides the release of Star Wars: The Force Awakens? Sorry, it's just sometimes you get... Oh, you know what I picked up this week? I picked up 2 bottles. I repeat, 2 bottles of Nuka Cola Quantum from Target. Now, here's what I did with them, right? I took the one that was in the best condition. First, I got worried. I walked in there, and I'm walking all around Target, right? I'm walking around. Me and my fiance, we're walking around. We're trying to boot scoot. And she's like, slow down. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This Nuka Cola Quantum is important to me. Like, if you're a Far Cry, sorry, I'm still looking at the Far Cry desktop application. If you're a Fallout guy, if you love Fallout and you played, I'm not a super big Fallout guy, but I played Fallout 3 and totally beat it. Fallout New Vegas and totally beat it, and Fallout 4. So that's about as much as I played. I haven't played the ones before that, but I have played these ones. So I'm in Target walking around and I'm freaking out, right? Because I can't find these things everywhere. I go to the pop section. I walk around the corner and I see this guy stand there. Dude's got a trench coat and a fedora, and he's got a goatee, long black hair, and I see him looking around the pop section, hardcore, right? Like he can't find what he's looking for, right? So I'm looking at this guy and I go, this guy looks like a nerd, a fellow nerd. I'm a nerd too, so there's no problem with it. I'm just saying, let's be honest here. Not many people are rocking fedoras and trench coats and not playing video games, okay? This is just how this process works. So I see this cat and he's looking everywhere. I'm like, what is a guy with a fedora in a trench coat, looking extra nerdy, doing bum rushing in the pop aisle, looking for everything? I knew something was up, so I knew. Now I look at my fiance and I say, I've got to race this guy. This guy could end up getting the last bottle. So I'm running around. I go check the game section next. I walk in the game section. Guess who I see? Fedora guy. Guess what he's doing? Walking on up to the counter and he says, "Hey, I hate to be the guy that's probably asked this 1,000 times, but do you know where I can get the new Nuka-Cola Quantum for my brother?" First of all, let's be honest, you're not here for your brother, you're here for yourself, okay? We all are. We're all here for ourselves, but I'm going to go ahead and piggy bank off this guy and listen to his information. And I hear the guy say something about, "Oh, I got to call Sue at the back counter, and she's got to come up here, and we'll see what we can do." And I'm like, okay, this maybe is an opportunity for me to leave and try to find this stuff while he's still searching and waiting for Sue in the back. So me and my fiance take back off. We go back to the food aisle, and I know it's not in the food aisle. It doesn't make sense that it would be there because they know it's trying to market to video game people and stuff. So, and I knew you could only have 2 per person, which we should have split up, and she should have got 2, and I should have got 2. But whatever. We were so looking for it so much that we were just side by side. So I'm rounding around the edge. I'm looking in the pop section. I go up to this guy. I find this guy working in the food aisle, and I ask him, and he says, "Oh yeah, lots of people have been asking if we have any left. They're going to be at the front counter in the customer service section." So I just straight beeline it for the customer service section. I'm dipping and diving through aisles and swerving through traffic and doing spin moves off old people in their carts. And I get to the front of the customer service section. Guess who's in line right in front of me? Yeah, you guessed it. Fedora guy. And guess what he has in his possession? 1 Nuka-Cola Quantum. Now, I know nobody's going in there and buying the minimum amount of 1 Nuka-Cola Quantum. So in my brain, I'm thinking, did this Fedora guy just beat me for this last Nuka-Cola? Because I'm telling you right now, I'll go out in the parking lot and we will scrap for this Nuka-Cola Quantum right here, right now. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't really fight over it. Yeah, he beat me fair and square. But I was a little bit nervous. I was thinking, man, if this guy gets the last Nuka-Cola Quantum and I drove like 45 minutes to the nearest Target just for nothing, I'm going to be pretty upset. Well, thank goodness he was standing there. He was waiting. Another customer service aisle opened up. I went up there and I said, "I'm here for the same thing as him. I want a Nuka-Cola Quantum." She said, "Okay, we're waiting for another one to come from the back. We're hoping we have more." So that made me a little bit nervous too. But next thing you know, a girl walked up. She's got a whole crate full of them, and it was it was awesome. She popped it open, grabbed him another one, grabbed me 2 of them. So I purchased 2 of them for $6, which these things are going for like $50 on eBay, by the way, right? So I could have sold them both and made $100 or made pretty much what? $94 profit, right? But one, I know that that's not what the company that's producing this wants to go on. They want everybody to enjoy one of these drinks if they really want one, because this is supposed to be based on what a Nuka-Cola Quantum would taste like if you found it in the wasteland. So, or if you, let's say maybe it'd be a little bit flat after 200 years. So let's say if you found it right after it was bottled in the game. So it is let me see it here. It's a Nuka-Cola Quantum. It's a berry lemonade soda with natural and artificial flavors made by the Jones Soda Company. It's pretty cool. It says crafted for the post-nuclear future by Jones Soda Company. And it's really, really cool. I'll go ahead and read the back to you just so you guys, if you haven't seen these yet, it's pretty cool. If you're interested, if not, you can skip forward because if it's boring. But if not, it says, "Bethesda Game Studios, the award-winning creators of Fallout 3 and Skyrim, welcome you to the world of Fallout 4, their most ambitious game ever, and the next generation of open-world gaming." Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't think it's as ambitious as Skyrim. I think Skyrim had a little bit more depth to it, but that's neither here nor there. Fallout 4 is an excellent game. So it says, "As the sole survivor of Vault 111, you enter a world destroyed by nuclear war. Only you can rebuild and determine the fate of the wasteland. Welcome home. Fallout 4 arrives in stores on 11/10/15. So it's kind of weird. These things seem like they were bottled before the game came out, and that may have been the first release of these. They released these twice, and they said, we're releasing more on Fridays, so that's why they were so low already, because people were back in there trying to get them. But the nutritious facts on these things are crazy. Which, first of all, it's pretty cool. It says save your caps. You go to jonessoda.com/caps for gear, and you type in the code that you get under the bottle. Pretty awesome. It says it's a pure cane soda, whatever that means. But listen to this. It says serving size 1 bottle, 41 grams of sugar, 42 grams of carbs. Holy moly. I just feel like 41 grams is a lot. I feel like that is a lot. I don't know. But it's pretty cool. It comes in like a blue color. Now, let's talk about what I did with mine, right? So I didn't sell them because I'm not a douchebag, and I understand that keeping something of this is worth more than $50 to me, and even more than that, drinking one of these is worth more than $50 to me. So what I did was I drank one, because let's be honest, how would you have felt? Let's say they never release these again. By chance, I'm sure they will because they're so popular, but by chance they never release these again, and you had one and it went bad, or even if you had 2 and it went bad, or you sold them both, or whatever it may be, you just never got a chance to drink them. that would probably always bug you somewhat. Like, man, I wonder what that actually tasted like. Like, did it taste good? Like, let's say you had a whole bunch of Pitch Black, the last batch of Pitch Black Mountain Dew, which, by the way, is the best Mountain Dew ever. But let's say you had a whole batch of Pitch Black, and you started drinking them, or let's say you never drank them, right? You just started collecting them because you knew that they said, listen, these are the last batches. After this, we're done with Pitch Black. So you grab a whole case of it. You sell them all on eBay. You never had one. Now you think they're going to come back, but we're on year what? We're like year 6, 7 without Pitch Black. And now you're thinking, man, I wonder what Pitch Black tastes like. Like, even if I purchase one off eBay now, it's not going to be good. At least I wouldn't think so. I mean, I wouldn't think. There's no way it would taste any good. There's no way the carbonation would be left in there. It would just not be good unless there's some way to preserve it. But I don't think that anybody would even go through that much effort. So that would kind of always bother you, because now people are like, man, you should have tried one, because Pitch Black was excellent. Even though you got $20 a pop off them or whatever, Pitch Black was excellent. You should have had one. So I manned up and I drank one. And honestly, I made a mistake, because they're not that good. They just weren't that good. They were okay. The taste was okay. The aftertaste was a bit like strong, and it stuck with you. It just tasted like a crazy like soda tonic drink or something. It was very powerful carbonation. It was just, I don't know. For me, I didn't think it was that great tasting. I won't say it's bad. I drank the entire bottle. So that's not like I took a sip, this is gross, dumped it out. I drank the entire thing. And I would drink them if somebody was like, hey man, I got a whole case of Nuka Quantum, that's all I got. You want one? I would absolutely take one. They're not that bad. But in a sense that I could have made $50 off them, they're not $50 worth of tastiness. That's for sure. However, I still wouldn't have sold it. Honestly, I would have just kept them both bottled up, never opened. But at this point, I'm kind of glad I did, because that save caps for gear thing. Maybe one cap will get me something silly, because they know that it's going to be so hard to get them in general that you couldn't collect 50 of them or something like that to get the hoodie. You would think that maybe like 5 would be the hoodie, because they're so hard to acquire. But I'm going to keep one bottled, sealed, and try to keep it forever, honestly. I think it'd be so cool to be really old, bust open my old box of cool things, and be like, oh my goodness, Nuka Cola Quantum. This is from a video game that I used to play all the time. It's called Fallout. It was so amazing. And then the other one, it's pretty much empty, and I'm going to keep that bottle too. I'm just going to clean the bottle up and have an empty one and a full one. And I think that that'd be pretty cool in the future. Someone may even want to collect the empty one in the future. Who knows? So maybe they'll be worth more. Maybe they'll be worth less. Maybe it's a waste of time. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. I don't even care how much it's worth. I think to have it on my shelf, just sitting there looking amazing, makes it all worth it. I also have the Fallout edition thing, and this is why I said, like, I haven't played the older games, but I do have them, but I haven't played them. But it's like a bomb. It looks like a nuke, and you like twist it open, and it's got like all the games inside. But I think it only goes up to like Fallout 3, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I haven't even opened it yet, but my fiance got it for me, and I thought it was really, really cool. So that's honestly just sitting on my shelf, unopened as well, sitting there right next to the Nuka Quantum. Looks really, really cool. The next thing I want to order is one of those bobbleheads. They were all sold out though, but they have like the legit bobbleheads that you see in the game. But they were all sold out, but I'm going to get one of those eventually. Those look really awesome. So yeah, so that's going to be it for episode 1. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. I tried to put over the 30-minute mark, and looks like we're about at the 33. So yeah, we hit the goal. And I hope to see you guys on the next episode. I'll be having guests in the future, having friends on here more or less, and maybe even guests if I can find a way to get bigger people. If I want to put in that much effort. Honestly, I have the best conversation with my friends. I feel like conversation with people that are, a little bit awkward, not used to podcasting isn't that great. So you'd have to get a really good podcasting guest, and most of them cost money, and friends are free. So get you guys some good friends and have some, oh, Jesus cough. Get yourself some good friends. Have yourself a good day, and peace.